Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a Leo reading. Happy birthday to the Leos of this month and the Leos of last month as well, as I didn't get to do a Cancerian reading, which I know maybe some of you, not all of you, might tap into for whatever reason, and maybe because of birthdays and other things going on in your personal lives. But even like for the month of July, happy birthday to the July Leos and the August Leos. So this is going to be a Leo reading slash August reading for this month. It's not just going to be the energy, because I have put out an energy reading for the month of August, which was more so like it was like a reading that regards to just the energy field of that particular word August, and the month being August, but any year kind of thing. Like, just the energies, if you know what I mean. The energies, because I do energy readings in regards to certain words and certain sentences, certain facts of life and things that are going on in certain elements to do with, words and facts of life, and just spirited energy around certain, day to day topics, or titles, so to speak. All right, so let's get into this. All right, this is definitely going to be a Leo reading in the month of August. What's going on, Spirit? Can you give them clarity? What's going on? Okay, what's going on in the month of August, please? And what's going on with Leos? I'm picking up a bit of deception, though. Doesn't say that no one wants to believe you in your mind about it, but it does say, Leo, you have nothing to do with this if you don't want to. However, it says people do see you right now as being that way, deceptive, or some of you are deceptive right now with things that you're doing, and could be hiding something, maybe even looking at a lineage or an agenda. Okay, maybe even piquing your interest around things, maybe not seeing if it's going to be such a bad thing, though, because you could be loyal to it in a way that you're giving yourself good news overall with your home, your work, your liabilities, your strength, your odor. Okay, might be perspirating right now from sweat that you have got going on in your mind about things. It's like, all right, I'm sweating right now. Okay, some of you guys could be sweating, not because of the heat. Okay, if it's the heat, it's the heat, but it could be the heat in your mind. Like, I'm waiting for something. I'm waiting for something. Could be waiting for something to play out. You could be waiting for something to come about, but you're sweating it for whatever reason. You're sweating it. Some of you. It doesn't say everybody's doing good in this way. It doesn't say that bad news is there overall for some of you guys, though. And then it says some of you guys will witness things in a good way or a bad way and not really see anything come about. Some of you are shouting at someone as well, or telling someone off. Okay, it says it's not very good to continue in this way. It's bad news. Some of you guys are loyal to this as well, and it's like, well, are you going to change your mindset about it? It's not going to be helpful for you to shout or tell people off all the time. Maybe even to look at their perspective instead of yours all the step of the way, because it's like you're trying to make them aware of something going on behind the scenes. Maybe there's something there in the job realm, or maybe there's something there in the banking realm, or maybe there's something going on around you in the shadow side. But it says, I know you wouldn't want to work. Okay, so someone could maybe not want to work. Okay, maybe it's you, maybe it's someone else around you that doesn't want to work. Okay, but it says, warning, do you want to work or do you not want to work? Because you could excuse me, you could potentially have an illness, or you could have an illness, and people don't want to see you succeed in a way that you're just sitting down and being a liability, or protesting in your mind that you have to be that way. Okay, some people might even think, all right, I'm banking on you to bank on me because I know you need me, but I don't necessarily want you to need me. Ideally, it could be the government body, it could be a child around you, it could be a family member, or it could be a personal problem with someone knowing that you're just a leech. Like you're going to leech on someone, okay? And if it's not you, it could be someone else that's ready to strike you down with whatever's coming, because someone here needs to know they're getting a slap on the wrist for some problems that they had last year, or problems that they've developed over the years, maybe even in June or July, not necessarily May. Okay, it could even be just July, thinking about why you had to move forward and speak about something that you spoke about or not said anything at all. Because if it didn't happen, it didn't happen, right? But for some of you guys, it may have happened that you had bad news with an outcome leading to a job, or maybe not getting a job. Okay, but it says, warning, are you going to come and give me good news with my mindset? Because someone could be targeting you in relations to you wanting to work or not work. Ideally, it could be a government body, it could be a family member or a friend. Okay, but it says no one's going to bother you more than people that want to know that you successfully succeed in lies. Because right now, if it's the government, they're not helpful to you. They're liability themselves to your mental health and to your well-being. If it's anyone to do with your family, they don't want to know that you're working, but they do know they've got the upper hand. Anything that you have in the house, it's theirs. Or they can tell you off like you're a child, or treat you one way, like as if you're not bringing in nothing. So I can tell you what to do because I'm making more money than you. Okay? No one seems to want to know that you're listening to them, though, in regards to whatever it is that you have to say, because your mindset is stuck on evil. Okay, so even if your mental health is saying, I'm speaking, I'm the man of the house, da 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 da, they listen to you, they keep things sweet for you, but they don't do what you want all the time. They may even practice an oath in themselves to say, all right, I'm doing things for you, I'm going to take it in a good way towards you, but I don't want you to live by your means in your mindset all the time. Okay, and it doesn't say anything good is happening behind the scenes in a place where you will have to go one day, which could be in your mindset not very happy. It's like, I know that I might have to go and live off benefits. For some of you guys, it's like, I know I have to go and live off benefits. Some of you guys don't realize you're going to be stuck on benefits all your life if you don't get rid of a parent's mindset on you that wants you to look at people like that all the time as well. Like they don't want you to work, or they don't want you to have success, or they don't want to see that you win. They don't want to see that you're warring with them about it either, because they're trying to warn you. They've got spells on you, curses on you, or they're demonized in witchcraft or warlock energy trying to push you down a road of no return. This is spiritual though. And it says even in the system there is these things as well. Ideally in the government realm there's systematic laws around you that want to know that you are conspiracy in that way. Like there's conspiracy notions, okay, around the idea. But it says you don't have to look at it in that way. You can push away from these energies that are leading towards Satan's path, ideally to get you stuck in dirt underneath your nails with people that are kindly giving you a warning not to come to them yet, but in the new year they could strike on you with all kind of drama that could come to you. And it says it's a warning sign to not speak about it yet. Just see how you can get out of it from now with your work, anything that you're doing, even if you're working on a CV, even if you're working on the law. Ideally, because you need to justify something or back up something, you need to go to court, you need to go to mediocre energy, like something needs to come about and give you recognition about something. Okay, you might even need to go down a road of the GP to help you out of a problem. Maybe they could write a note for you or a letter for you. Maybe there's sick notes that need to be dished out for you. Maybe there's more problems than you even realize, but you don't realize it yet because they're working on something behind the scene with a new law. Something could be coming up in the near future in regards to this. It says there's judgment upon you right now with deceptivity. However, you're not deceptive, or you're deceptive in their opinion. However, you may not be deceptive, but they are in your opinion, and they know it. So it doesn't really matter what goes on behind closed doors. In the dark, there could be spirited energy with family issues as well. People that don't want to know that you're living by your means, but they do know that they're making you do that with their mindset. They pick on you day and night and day spiritually. Only when they want to, though. And it says no one's going to come forward and speak about this more than you can. However, it says you're not going to speak about it in your mind. You're not going to tell them off. You're not going to say, oh, hello, I know that you made my life hard, so I'm going to make your life hard. No, you're not going to do that. However, you will make their lives hard when you realize that you want to have better news for yourself, or good news in your mind about things that you're doing, pursuing, or anytime you can say, all right, I'm going to give myself better news. It might not be easy to do so with warning the things that you might have going on. Okay, so you might have to deal with things in a way that your work is very, very announced. You might have to price things a little differently as well when you're working on your words, okay? That could be in regards to your work, your stores, maybe things that you're selling, products, stuff like that, your services, maybe even things that you're working on in regards to your events, maybe your liquidity, okay, when it comes to pricing down things to get a good deal, okay, maybe liquidizing things to get a good deal, okay. Some of you realize that you need to sell homes and houses. Some of you need to build houses even. Some of you need to build home projects. Some of you guys need to wait a while before you go on holiday. You might need to win at something, okay? It could be warning yourself that you can drive, okay? Maybe move into the next level, leveling up, go into school even. Some of you guys need to go and finish your apprenticeship. Some of you guys need to go and do work outside of the country. All right. And some of you guys know that you're going abroad, but it's not for holiday. That's the part where you need to lay off of the holidays for a little while. For some of you guys that want to go abroad for holiday, it could be business venture, but it says warning only in October or November. You might see a window open, or it could be that you do know you're going away for holiday, but you just pray to God everything goes well because you've already booked your holiday, or you do know that you sporadically want to go anyway. The changes are there for you to go down that road. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. But warning, it's like it's not the right time for you to do so because karma is coming to the system about things that you might need to pay attention to in your planetary existence, ideally in the country or the native land that you live in, okay? Because the word on the street is through the government realm, they're all wanting to know that they can set bounds and boundaries in your mindset. So rules and regulations might come and hit you, but in a way that gossip starts spreading like wildfire, or things might come on the news that you don't want to miss, okay? You might need to hear these things, okay? Hence why you're very, very good at it. Listening to the news or listening to, word of mouth or what's on the street with people and situations and scenarios to do with life and things that you've got to do and abide by in regards to rules and law. Okay. It says nothing set in stone about people that want to lock up people as well. But there is people that want to lock up people for things that they don't know why they want to lock up people for. They are taking things seriously this year. It doesn't say they need to though. They want to know that they can have super control over people this year. Not really in a good way, though. So it says, warning, why are we going backwards instead of forwards? We are doing the same thing again. And it says it's not really easy to say why, because people don't need to go backwards instead of forward, i.e. the jail cells will be full. You don't need to go in that route, nor do we need to threaten people, because it's not making sense to threaten these people to have a good life. Anyone that told themselves their name is Tom Jones around you, or could be thinking that in their head that they're Tom Jones, needs to think again about what it is that they need to do. However, it says, I know I don't want to speak to you. I know I don't want to say hello to you, but I know that something's going on in that room that you need to look at. So ideally, even if you do need to look at it, what's it got to do with all these people around you? And where's it going with the work life in that room anyway for you? Is it that you need to look at? But it says, why do I need to look at it so hard and heavy till I'm stuck in that room and I can't get out of it? Where is it going with these people that want you to look in a specific room that makes you feel down and out, depressed, stuck, and vulnerable to society's blame, and evil women or males that want to know that you're doing good to yourself, not? And they feel like they say it in that way in their head as well. It's like, I want you to do well with yourself. I want you to do well with yourself. I want you to win. But I don't want you to, because I have to trash you. How do the two even coexist? It can't work, because there's an ego clash. It's like, my ego will put you down, but I want you to win past me in a way that you go and get good news with your work, with your money, with your jobs, with your houses, with your cars, with your shoes and your clothes and your food and your lifestyle. But really, I have to bully you to be mentally ill to get good news, but then at the same time, it's through the laws that I have to do it, and then I'm being mad at it because I can't see you retire in a way that you're happy and healthy. I don't know even if you'll get to my stage in life, which is I have a pension, or you will have it, but you don't have good news right now getting it because I have to harm your head around it. Leo, there's a person that wouldn't mind seeing you in this realm. However, it says it's not going to be easy to get you down there. Ideally, why? Because there is people that are watching out for you. They do know who you are even. They don't know how to participate in these things to get you out of the problem. Ideally, they would like to come and give you a sum of money and say, here you go, off you pop. You know, off you pop with your grands, your millions, whatever. But they can't do that, Leo. So they know they have to work with you and give you ideas to make more money. Ideally, if it's passive income you need, give yourself passive income. If you need more money for a job, give yourself more money for a job. Ideally, you might have to pay yourself to give yourself a business. Okay, you might have to pay more money to yourself to give yourself a business because you've got warning people wondering where you are. But at the same time, it's like, well, I know that business is expensive. I need to find a way to make money to make more money, if that makes sense. And then some of you guys are going down a road of no return with certain people's mindsets like that because it's like, are you really going to give me good news with my work down that road? Or is it a riddle again? Okay. So some people need to warn themselves not to speak about it because there's demons down that road that you want to not look at. And it's healthy for you to not look at it at all if you are that type of Leo that's not watching that dark road, that wants to suck you in, make you feel dry, out and out of order in your mind. Like you start cursing, you start moaning, you start giving them all the energy. Ideally all the large is what people say in England or maybe somewhere else in the world, but it's like they want to know you are tested in your mind to play them. However, it says, I know I'm not coming back to you. Yeah, keep that mind, keep moving past the energy of the dark energy that has been holding on to you. You're reaching a place of light work. Light energy is entering your realm. It says it's not really helping that you can see where it's going or how, but in Taurus you'll be able to know more about this energy. So we may do a Taurus reading just for you, Leo, so you could tap into that energy and see where your life is going, because in Taurus you'll be able to work on where it's going in the government realm, in the realm of your own, okay, in your own bed or in your own house or in your own home, in your own nature, even in your own work efforts, in your own mentality through Gemini's energy, which could come next as well for us to read. And it doesn't say why you need to hear all this information more than you need to. It's just that you know that you don't want to be stuck down. Excuse me. I've got a little bit of a cold. You don't want to be stuck down to a place of being mad at people. Okay. So try to understand that evil men, okay, will come to you in your head and try and challenge you behind your back, or maybe in your dreams they might show up, or they might come up in your mind. It's like, I'm thinking about them. Why am I thinking about these people for? Like, why do they keep coming up in my head? Okay, that's where you start thinking all these things are coming about in your mind in a way that people are challenging your energy. You don't say nothing about it to no one. You don't really bring it up in a way that you have to look at it heavy, but you just know it's there. Like, it's making your mind think about things. It's jogging your brain about things, right? Now, you need to see things in a way that you don't have karmic pleasures in a good way is what they want. But the truth is, you're going to have those things anyway. So if you need to go on holiday, enjoy your life. If you do not go on holiday, it's for the best as well, though. Not because of these people that don't want to see you do well, only because there's more work to put out to make more money, to get away from the dark clouds that are simmering around your head, or simmering in the distance, or in a way it's like they're in the background, but they're not in the background because they're not stirring up trouble. They could in the near future, though. Okay, and it doesn't say anything other than that. So try to warn yourself to work harder this year. It's almost at the end of the year anyway, but try and give yourself that a little bit of extra work for the ending of the year, so the new year busts into something amazing. Okay, and then it says nothing's worthwhile than you storing good news in your mind about your children. If you need to take them out or laugh at them a little bit about things they've got going on out there and can't think why they're even challenging you so hard because they realize they should have been listening to you about something, try not to laugh at them too hard. They realize they need help, you know what I mean? So try and give them that, or if you can't give them that directly, give them blessings in a way that you can give them good news, because they're not all evil minded kids. Ideally, they ain't got the evil minds for you all the time, because some kids do think, bloody hell, my mum's evil, I'm gonna give her the evil eye, you know what I mean? Or my dad's evil, I'm gonna give him the evil eye. But not all of them are spirited in that way. Most of them are teenagers mindsets. They've got teen abilities or teen things going on, and it doesn't say that you need to understand everything about your teenagers either. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Okay, Now, warning, if we do need to have some time alone in that energy, we could do a reading on it. If you need to know anything, we could do like teen readings sometimes for parents that want to know that they could tap in and find out more about their kids, okay? But other than that, it says you know that you've got good news in your mindset about things that you want to read into, look into, or do. However, it doesn't say it's always going to be factual right now. So we need to move on to the energies where it's going to be factual in November, because these energies right now are back placing your mind on things that happened last year or in November last year, maybe even October last year or January in the new year, okay? But it says not really to burden you or to worry you. It's more so, can you see that you're reflecting from that time till now? What has happened? What has changed? Are you doing well right now, or have you seen yourself do good or bad? Or, have things aspired to become better or worse? Like, what is it that you're doing? Now, can you see that you don't need to speak about things in a way that you're going to have pleasures all the time, is what they want to say again. So someone's got it out for you, Leo. They don't want to know that you've got good news, okay? Warning, you don't have to speak about these people at all, okay? Just try and warn yourself you're moving forward, and that's that. There's nothing else to it other than that, okay? So, anytime now you could be laughed at or made fun of, or you want to be laughed at and made fun of so that you could mindfully speak about somebody else. And that's where it goes wrong again. It says don't try to laugh or make fun of people too much. Try and joke about it in a way that you can move on. However, there's a wish to surge the energy. However, it doesn't make sense to do so, Leo. Try to move past it if you can. However, it doesn't say the wishes of yours are not coming true in regards to other things, though. Things that you are things that you're building or you're aspiring to come, or going down a road of guilty pleasure or karma. It says don't try to follow me. There's someone that doesn't want you to follow them. All right, it could be an aunt or a family member. It does say that someone knows why you wouldn't even want to follow them anyway, so it doesn't make sense why they would even talk about you or gossip or try to warn somebody of something that you've got going on, which doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make her look good, or it doesn't make anybody look bad really, but it doesn't make anybody look good. However, it doesn't say that you're doing anything wrong, okay? And it doesn't say that anybody needs to look at anything in their mindset around you either, okay? Because there is people that wouldn't mind seeing you take your time with things or look at things in a way that you've got karma, okay? Because there's something you've got going on, but it doesn't say that you need it to be looked at directly by them anyway. You just may have passed the time and moved on from something and said, you know what, I've seen what you were saying, move on, blah de blah, here's something else, da 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 da, move on. Okay, it's like you've tried to give someone something in replace of something else that you may not want it to really look at, but you looked at it anyway, and then you said, here you go, move on. All right, that's that. It's done. Now, it doesn't need to come up again, but it's spirited. It's like, all right, are you being spirited in this way? So if I am, then what? It's like your mindset says, well, if I am looking at you in a way that I have to be spirited, why are you oafed in your head to look at it in that way as well? Like, do you not know I have to move on past things when you jerk off on my head or you be nasty to me? Yeah? Because ideally, jerks can come in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. All right? People can be jerks in many different ways. People can be jerks in females or males. Okay? Why is it that many of them have to feel like they're jerks anyway? Like, why do they have to show you that they're really rude or evil, or their mentality has to torment you or harm you or do some stuff that make you think, well, why are you coming to me with that? Did you know that I wasn't interested? Or did you know that I didn't care about it? Nah, you knew that, but at the same time, you keep coming and showing me these things, right? Like, I'm interested in this or that. It says this person doesn't want to speak about it. They know who you are. The spirit is there for them to think about why they're there, about the situation, why they're spirited, why they're bothered, why they even got karma with you like that. Like, why do they even keep messing with you and bringing things up and making you feel mad? Like, why do they even keep topping their mind around the situation and thinking, well, bloody hell, I'm going to make her life hard? Because you feel like it? Or you just want to be around this person's spirit to say something? Is that what it is? Not really, but yeah, at the same time they do. However, it says it's not worth it. Okay, it's not worth seeing anything in their minds about it. It doesn't say anything in a way that they need to say anything, if that makes sense. They wouldn't want to know that they've got to say anything to you or do anything to you, but they realize something. They don't have to be around their mindset about it. because they do know that they want to speak to you directly, but they just don't know if they're going to speak to you today about it. Okay, so when they do talk to you about something, it could be anything. They just could come and say, well, how are you? And then they try to warn you that they've got something else up their sleeve to give you, but you're already clued up to them being a nasty person. Okay, it's like you already know this person could be dark or spirited or very nasty. Okay, so why do they need to keep coming to you? After all, it's just a torment or a playground energy or a mindset of theirs to be nasty or mad or evil, or it's just weird vibes. Okay, but they know they have to look forward to their mind and speak to their minds about the situation in a way that they've got karma. All right, because no one told these people to come to you and speak to you about anything. And then they realized they had to speak to you directly, to your minds about it, to see how you would communicate your own way about things as well. Why would you want to see them in their head about things that they feel like they've got problems with? Why do they always have to build a way around your mind in a way that has to be bad or moody? Like they're moody people, or they're negative people, they're evil spirited people. Why do they have to come around you like that, but yet they wanted to? Why is it they push themselves around you like that as well? Or why is it that they feel like they have to troll you, follow you, or be around your mindset like that? Yeah? After all, people don't need to be in your head that don't really need to be in your head. It says karma comes to many of these folks that don't know how to move on past their heads, be nice to people, be genuine to people in a good way, and then be mindfully spoken about, because sometimes people will speak to people in their minds or speak to their own minds about people and say, this one and that one, ideally judging them, but it's worn to be a normal thing. So you can't always control an energy of evil mindset saying, don't talk about me, 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 to your own mind. However, it says, well, don't talk about me to your own mind then. But I'm not making a big fuss about it. But you want me to know that I have to give you a bad omen, is what they said. No, you might say. Because why would you want to know that you're going to give anybody the same back in return? What necessary need is that? Like, it's like you're not going to go and carry no malice for somebody for no reason. You're not going to need to keep carrying that malice forever to the day you die. Like, you don't need to build a head around that. You know what I mean? Your head is sane. It's not going to be unsane. Okay? Or for you all that are going through health issues, this is not a sensitive subject. Okay? You have to go and seek whatever it is that you need, through the terms and thoughts and feelings of your own. Okay? But because it says this mood right now could help you move past things. With the people that are going through challenges, this is not information for you, right? But for the people that are not going through challenges, mindfully speaking, mentally ill people, okay, maybe going through challenges. But for those of you that are feeling okay right now in your mind, you're doing okay in your mind, you're doing okay, it doesn't say that it's a bad thing for you to think in your mindset that I am not mentally unwell. Okay, I can solve problems with my mind. I don't have to be rude or disrespectful about it. Yeah, I don't have to be nasty about it even. I don't have to be dirty about it. I don't have to be, wondering, do I speak about things in my mind? Like as if I need to come out and say something to you? No, I don't. And the thing is, they don't want to know that you speak to them directly. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They will challenge your information if you try to. They will laugh at it at times too. But they realize they've got to come back worse, hard, or just with some type of revenge through their spiritual mind. And it says, warning, you don't have to be around them, but they're not going to stop picking on your mindset like that, even in spirit. So it says, even if they go down in a way where you said, all right, I block them, I delete them, I move on from them, I don't care about them, I don't speak to them, I ain't worried about them, but they can worry about me. And I don't want to hear about the worries that they have, but I don't want to feel their energy worried in my head. I don't want to have premonitions about them, or God saying, oh, it's floating energy coming into me through my mind about them. Okay, because they have to have their mindset on me 24/7 or every other week. No, they don't need to think about you, but they ain't got nothing to do. Okay, this is for you as well, Leo, because Scorpio native is going through an issue with this, They have problems that they have to deal with through your mindset at times as well, because karma come to them yesterday or the day before with something that you had in your mind. It was like your mind is telling you off about who they are or why they need to seek you for word of advice, like a godlike energy. It doesn't say that they do. Your mindset is like sunlight energy. It has clarity. It doesn't say that you're God. This is the mindset of a beast inside of you, though. Ideally, 666 could come out of this reading, and we're not going to go down that road. Okay? Even the mark of Satan. Realize 666 and the sun, the Leo, the moon, and the sun belong to his mindset. Okay? Him or her. All right? Because they feel like there's no God, but they get premonitions from each other's star signs. There's signs, there's codes, and there's symbols through each other's star signs. So when you all start seeing information differently through other people's star signs, ideally, if you was to tap into Leo's reading, like if you're a Virgo or you're a Libra or some other star sign, whoever it is, tapping into Leo star sign, warning, there's going to be more light energy there to bring in good or bad news to show you what's going on the earth. Ideally, even fire sign energy, clarity is there with people in their mind about this. Okay, it doesn't say who's who, because some people don't want to be read. All right, but it says warning, we know who you are, Aries. Okay, Sagittarius doesn't have it that much, but Aries has the light of an angel, okay, of an eagle as well. They see things from high up. They can see a lot of different things from high up. They don't know where they get their downloads from, but it's God. Okay, it could be angels, but it's God. Okay, hence why Sagittarius, in our cards, in our tarot reading cards, the Rider-Waite deck, okay, is an angel for the star sign. All right, it's an angel. It is an angel that's sorting out things with, emotional feelings. Two cups pouring into each other, trying to understand feelings. All right, these are angelic realms. These are realms where we have to understand things through each other, through our star signs and our elements. Okay, it doesn't say that you are God or I am God. Ideally, through whoever star sign it is. It just says there's God above us and below us. We do need to know what's going on in the ethers. Ideally, the realm that is spirited with good and bad, and also a realm that holds information. Okay, we are up there in the universe where there's spells and information that are centered in the waters of life. Yeah, we are living in a body of water in the energy of earth, and you don't even know it. The air holds a lot of water. That's memory. Okay, just like water that you drink, in a cup, has memory. Yeah, any water that you bathe in or you touch, you go and you play in. When you see the rain coming down, that water, it has memory. In our breath, in our air, it is water-filled spectacles. It holds memory. Anything that we speak through our breath that has water, our saliva on our tongue is water. That has memory. Our eyes have water. It has memory. Our ears have water in it even. That is memory. There is memory in our brain. Our brain is sitting on a puddle or a pool of water. That is memory again. Do you understand? So it's like we know that we have to build our mindsets around all of this to believe why God has put this energy there as a system for us to live by, work on, and understand through God's realm. Not anyone else's realm. This is God's realm. Yeah, so when we get clarity of things through each other, it's God that knows why. Yeah, why special gifts are given to Scorpio. Maybe even the water sign that has been giving us good news through the water bearer, which is Aquarius. However, it says Aquarius is a dark spirit. It says it's a very rebellious spirit, but it does make our wishes come true. If you notice, Scorpio will make all your wishes come true. If they feel like it, they will help you with everything and make sure that you win, even if you don't like it. Even if you want to come and backslap them afterwards because it's like, who told you to come and help me? Now I'm mad in my head because I wasn't ready for that. Because sometimes it happens that way. Sometimes you get all these gifts, these blessings, and you want to trash the person that gave it to you. Why? Okay? Scorpio don't even know why. You have to ask Virgo for that. Okay? They know why more than Scorpio. But it doesn't say why Scorpio and Virgo will know together. Because them two are like queens of the dam. They're sisters. They don't understand each other. But it says, warning, Leo, why do you need to know all this information? You've got karma coming up with your mindset. You've got things that you need to shine a light on in the world coming up. You've got an assignment given to you by God to shine a light on the world of war that could be coming up in the minds of others, or making people understand things through their work, through their lifestyles, or through people that need to speak to people. Okay, your mental health doesn't know how to do this, but please believe me, it says divination will tell you exactly how to drive this energy out. Or even people talking in premonition energy, downloads, things that come to their mind. Okay, it doesn't say why people go through these things, but they just do. All right. So lessons could be learnt today on why you need to see things or move forward in things. Good news could come, bad news can come. Either way, have good fun. Like, don't hence your mind to have bad news with it. Just try to ignore, the times that you needed to see a problem. Give yourself a dilute energy, diet some things, like get rid of some toxic energy, some toxic waves of karma or problems of the past, or problems that you could feel like could come in the future. Try to get rid of those things. Okay, warn yourself not to believe those things are going to be there forever. All right, try to let go of things right now and say Jesus loves you if you have to and you believe in Jesus. If it's some other type of God or spirit, or a deity, or whatever it is, an angel, go down that road and speak to that angel and ask for help and forgiveness to move past things, or even ask for deliverance, or just pray that things will be all right. After all, you'll see better news. Okay, because you didn't mean to harm someone or something at the end of the day. And there could be someone that feels that way. But it says no one needs to go down the road with a person that's narcissistic. So just be careful of who you're apologizing to and who wants to come to you in the later on weeks, months, or years to punish your mindset. Because they don't need to be in your life at all. Okay? At all. All right. Now, as for people that want to punish your mindset, a nasty man may want to come to you, but he can't come to you. He may want to see you and he doesn't know whether he should. He may be an October person. Ideally, he could be a Libra. Excuse me. He could be a Libra, or he could be somebody like a Scorpio, or even a Vex, bloody Sagittarius, all right? He could even be, maybe a Capricorn or a Sagittarius, in a way where it's like, all right, I don't want to know you, but I feel like I need to go down that road with you. All right. Now, somebody wants you to stay there and think about this Sagittarius energy, what it needs for you to be good to yourself. However, it says, do you know that you're trying to keep me in a trap, or do you want me to see you in that problem? How is it that this person wants to come to you with a bad omen, or even see that you've got good news or bad news? Doesn't say why they want to see you in a good way or a bad way. They don't realize that you've got good news or bad news anyway, but they don't realize that they've got good news with you moving past the situation with them. Okay, they want to see that you do not stay with somebody that's going to give you bad news. So they'd have to see someone come to you with good news, but warning, they want to come back to your life as well. How does the two coexist? How do they pay attention to things that they want to give you and then see themselves in a bad way with you too? It's like they want to come to you and speak to you about your mind and give you sex and love and anything that could make you feel good, but warn themselves their narcissistic traits could come out of them. Then they see themselves not being a liability to you because they take their time. Or they can take their time but still not want you. Okay, it says you and Scorpio may have this problem. All right, you and Scorpio, Leos and Scorpio. So if you read Scorpio's reading when it comes out, you'll understand why. Leo does not need to understand everything through Scorpio, because the mindset is there with Scorpio to be dead out of their head at times. Excuse me. Oh, this cold is coming on. So anyway, it says you will believe that you don't have to have anything that's going to be negative in your mind. But it says, why do you even need to have anything negative in your mind, Leo? Not about Scorpio anyway. You see, with Scorpio's energy, it doesn't need to give you anything or make you feel sad. So why would you? Maybe there's something else around that energy that you can't understand. You may see it as a bad news energy coming about for whatever reason it is. And it doesn't need you to look at it like that. Okay? So it's like, well, why are you having such a bad mood, Leo? What's going on? Even Scorpio has to look at you like, what's the matter? Nothing. So why do you feel like you need to pressure me to have things that you don't need to have because I don't like it and it's got something to do with me? That's where it goes wrong for Leo. They can't get Leo in themselves to budge and push and change over a mindset of having good things, ideally food or comfort, mindset, things that they want in their mind to just turn around for them in their favor, even if it bullies another person. The thing is, you have to be mindful about respecting people, because you may not respect people at times. You may give them bad information. You may even serve them with war. You may even give them bad news about things that you wouldn't even understand. You might even have to go down a dark seeded road where people will come out and bite you. Okay, but it says people will bite you around your mindset if you want to. Ideally, even Scorpio says, well, I don't know if I can even make you think about things that you want to see in yourself or even see around your mindset and people around you, but I'm not going to try and let you. I'm not going to try and make you even. I'm not even going to force it upon you. But I realize you've got things in your own backyard that you need to look at and stop looking at me. Why do you keep watching me, looking at me and looking at what things I've got going on? I've got enough going on. I know that. But why don't you look at yourself, Leo? And this is where Taurus wants to come to you and say something as well through the mindset of it. It's like there's someone that doesn't mind speaking to you through this mind, or someone doesn't mind coming through the head of a Scorpio to come and talk to you. If they could come into the mindset around you and a friend or a frenemy that you have, which is a Scorpio, they wouldn't mind saying a few words through their voice to tell you. Yeah, this person could be Taurus. Okay, this person could be a female or a male, but it says they don't want to come directly and speak to you. They just know they really wish they could. And if there was someone with common sense that could push it in your head, it would be the Scorpio that's around you right now, or a Virgo. Okay, however, it says it's not going to be easy to say this, but not everybody is going through the problem that you're going through. However, everybody is going through the problem in a way that you all have to take heed about something, Leo. Like, all of you need to listen out for an issue where you know that you shouldn't be in a situation, or you shouldn't allow your mindset to be bullied, but you shouldn't be bullying people into something that's uncharted territories or it's uncomfortable for them to bear, because you have bully written all over your head in that way. Because of your comfort zone saying, I need it to happen, it says it's not healthy. Try to make sure you understand what it is. Because it ain't going to be no, situation that's practical, but it's going to be a situation that's nasty. Like you're a negative spirit about something that could come about and make you look dark. Okay? Like your spirit is dark. Now it says, warning, try not to really read into things, but a family member wants to speak to you or wants to come true. This person says they don't want to visit you or see you, but when are you going to give them time about it? And it says, warning, are you going to bug me till the cows come home, or are you going to feel like you need to say something else? It says, warning, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I need things. Can you give me back some time in your minds about it? However, it says this person ain't going to bully you or even try to troll your mind around it, but they realize they're spirited in war still. They haven't given up the war. There is a fed up energy in you and them that needs to stop. It says, anytime I give you anything, will you shut up? Because when I bust on your head, ideally, when I give you a well-fed belly, or gut or arse for you to shit everything back out, will you be happy then? It says this person will not. They just feel like taking things out on you. Then bloody hell, move on is what you want to tell them. Maybe it could be a person around you that wants to tell you this, or there's someone around you that wants to tell another person around you this, or you want to tell a person this around them. Okay, but it says you don't have to speak to me. I know why. I'm not going to come to you. And I realize why I don't want to speak to you. Because anytime I laugh at you, you're going to have people in your background to show you who I am. Ideally, I don't need to see who you are, is what you may say. Even to yourself, it's like, why does this person need to show you who they are through other people's spirit? Why can't they just come out and show you or move on? Why do they have to keep haunting you for other people's mindsets, their personalities, through their bodies, through their, spell work, whatever it is? Like, why do you keep haunting this person? Ideally, this person don't know how spirited they are. Spirited is the word of the day or the year. Remember that. Write it down. Spirited. Who's spirited around you right now? Who's showing themselves, or not showing themselves, but coming up in your dreams? Or maybe showing themselves around your home, or even in your mind, or wanting to knock your door, but they can't, or wanting to call your phone, but they can't. Maybe they're watching you, maybe they're not, but they got their spirit set on you for whatever reason. And Scorpio energy knows this very, very, very very, very well right now, because they want to know that it's not true, is why it's kind of coming out of the situation. It's like, I know, but I don't want to hear you in my head. Okay. But they know it's going on and they don't want it there. Okay. They don't even want to look at it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to see it. Okay. They might say to themselves, this is not important. Okay. I don't want to know you. However, it could be you, Leo, that's bothering their spirit like that. But it may be a Leo, a Sagittarius, a Scorpio, a Libra, or a Gemini. For some of you, it's Aquarius. Aquarius is heavy in this mindset right now as well. And it says not all of them are doing good, but they will want to know things around your mindset. Okay. So try to move on past the energies today. Try and see yourself in a war or a good way, but don't try and think that you got good news all the time. It does say that you will move past it and you'll have better news in your mind today, tomorrow, and any day moving forward. Gemini is coming up in your mindset to read into the situations is what people want to think. But it says no one knows why people are trying to troll you so heavy or hard. People are looking at you and solving problems around your day or even your work life. People even looking at messages they need to give you or send to you through their mind. Some people want to open up and sell their soul to you, maybe even their raw oats. Okay, some people want to have sex. Some people don't necessarily care to have sex with you that much either. And it says someone here was feeling very glad to give you some, but now they realize they don't want to give it to you anymore for whatever reason. Okay, but this person says, I'm very horny, I want to see you. This could be you, Leo, that feels that way towards someone, or it could be them towards you. Okay, now it says, why do you want to pick on this person for their looks or things that they've got going on with their smile or their hair or their clothes, maybe their shoes, or maybe even just them, like you just want to see them. But it says the impatienceness is getting to you, and it could be bothering them as well about why they're feeling out of, they don't feel in sync with your mind anymore. All right. They feel like they could be judged or they could be under attack by you because you want to see too much of them too soon, or you want to take your time, but you don't want to take your time and you keep riddling their mind with this. Okay. It says all this time, Leo, you could be showing them a two-faced attitude or a mindset of your own to really look forward to blessings coming in, but you can't give yourself that because you're warned not to have these blessings with your heart and your mind, being honest to yourself, but not to them. You could be lying to them. Okay. This is a liability energy to them, though. They don't have to be in your room or they don't have to be in your life, even if you don't be honest to who you are, but to them. Tell them the truth about who you are or what it is that you want, or just take your time before you even figure it out to give them that information, but without, riding on their coat strings, riding on their coattail, or trying to target them to bring them down or harm them. You have to be careful who you're dealing with. Some of them want to do this to you, okay? Not everybody is going to be bad news, but some of you need to really watch how you work on yourselves. Maybe even look at your weight. Maybe even look at your clothes. Look at your shoes. Look at what's going on with you instead of looking at them, okay? It says not everybody's got a crooked smile. Everybody is going to have good news in their own way, but not everybody. And some of you guys really need to move on from the wars that you've got in your head with people around you. Okay, but it says we're going to go back and forth with the situation until it comes to an end anyway. So what we'll do is move on past it fully and say goodbye. All right, because the time has come for us to end this reading. And the thing is, it's not going to be easy to speak about everything in a way that we can speak about it anyway, because there's targeted energies to continue in a way that it's just going to go round and around and around and around because people are watching you a lot. All right, so right now it says consider working on something or not. Try to see what you've got in your mind. Ideally, if there's pros and cons to a situation, try to weigh them up and see what's best for you to move forward with. If you can't do that, Leo, you move on past it and you find something else to do. Okay? But we'll leave it there for now, my lovelies. Jesus loves you. Take care and we'll speak to you soon. Ciao for now. Bye.